like I was in this situation before, right? I've been to house parties and stuff like that. It was back during the day, you were kind of at anybody's house party. You really just didn't know because everybody was always having house parties. I've had house parties in my house. We've gone to other people's house parties. Just traveling around, it was just kind of like a social network of house partying. Not necessarily just like just trying to house party, but this was just how you met people. A lot of good close friends ended up meeting people at these house parties. And I remember one had got busted, right? And everybody breaks out. We're all running and shit like that. Oh shit, we gotta get out of here, right? And I'm not trying to like reminisce back on like high school days and stuff like that, because I saw this video of this one girl like, I want to hear about what you did in high school. These are not my peak years. I am still to this day, from the day I was born to today, I've lived a crazy story. So when I see also these other videos of these dumb fucks talking about some, you don't have any scandals, I'm not trying to put myself out into a scenario where it's like, hey, look at me, I've done some scandalous shit. I don't want to have that, no. But in this scenario where I've like gone to a house party, right? We're breaking out. We had to bust out of the place because I guess apparently we weren't supposed to be having the house party at this place. So police showed up and we all had to run out and things like that. So I'm sitting here drunk out of my mind, running with my other friend. He's white. We're in this white neighborhood and like mansions and shit like that. And we run over to this across this field. I don't know why the fuck I'm following him, because one, I'm faster than him. Two, like I could have just completely been gone in a whole nother direction. But I figure for the sake of he is just lost, why not stay with this person so he doesn't get lost? But he ends up getting me lost. So we end up going to across this field, and he starts knocking on this door of this house. I didn't know who this person was, and I'm thinking that he knows who this person is. And he's knocking on the door. I'm just like, oh, okay, he's just knocking on the door, right? This old lady opens up the door, and he starts asking this lady. He's like, oh, lady, it's 2 a.m. in the morning, I might add. Okay, so 2 a.m. in the morning, some random black kid and some drunk ass fucking white kid is knocking on the door at 2 a.m. in the morning, and and it had took some time. So I'm thinking like the whole dang time, I'm like, dude, do you know this person? He's like, yeah. I'm like, and now I have to kind of, I guess, believe him, just for the sake that he said yeah. But I think he's just drunk, just trying to get me to not run away from him at this point, which I should have just ran anyway. So the lady finally opens up the door, and he's like, oh, can we come into the house or whatever while we wait for our friend to pick us up? I'm like, that is your idea? I thought you said you knew this person. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? This is the most fucked up situation you put me into. And then not too long afterwards, because I'm thinking like the whole time he's banging on this door, some lady who's like maybe even calling the cops or whatever, and they're not that far from the neighborhood anyway. And they roll up and they pull us up, into the driveway that we're just awkwardly standing into. I have absolutely no idea why the fuck I'm even in this fucking stupid ass fucking situation, because I'm believing this drunk fuck that is thinking it's a good idea to knock on some random person's door at 2 a.m. in the fucking morning, and we're already running away from trouble, and he's just putting us in even worse trouble. So I'm like, okay, fucked up situation, continue, whatever. So constantly like, they're screaming, get on the road. I'm just like, wait, let me explain this fucking situation. And I'm drunk, so I'm not in like my right mind in the best moment, but I'm also like understanding the whole scenario from a zoomed out point of view, where it's just like, I don't know how we got over here. We were looking for a friend's house for whatever fucking reason, and he starts knocking on this lady's door. It was a complete accident. We didn't mean to fucking do it, right? And he's like, yeah, whatever. And they tase my friend. And I'm just like, okay, I'm down. Whatever. You tase him, and he's white, so I have no more fucking things to say. This is a fucked up situation. We should never fucking been here in the first place. But yeah, I didn't get in trouble for the whole scenario because I was able to explain this scenario for what it was. But that was just some fucked up shit that I ended up in just because my friend thought it was a fucking good idea. And this is just like making sure that it kind of taught me a lesson. Like I don't even go out without like making sure I have like a Uber or like a established like place to go and shit like that. Like I've had my fun, wild, crazy moments, but I pick and choose who I have my fun, wild, crazy moments with, because you can't have fun, wild, crazy moments with everybody, because some people might just be brand new or have no idea how life is actually happening. And, like they'll get overwhelmed because somebody's spilled coffee on the floor or some shit like that, or then you'll have fucking crazy wild ones where like just some shit you just can't even talk about just because it's just that wild, and that just happens in those certain scenarios. But I've been through some pretty fucked up shit in my life, so yeah. And the reason I even bring half that bullshit up is simply for the sake that you get a lot of these dumb online profile pics that like they're influencers, and I'm not trying to be an influencer. I'm not trying to be online trying to create this wild, obnoxious persona. Like my whole project is simply its own self, right? It's its own identity that a lot of them in their worlds are trying to project a lot of themselves on what they're seeing. So like whatever it is that they think of themselves, or whatever it is that they don't really have like a real honest experience or understanding of, like they'll project how their mind works when they are perceiving certain things, or may be specifically themselves. Like some of the stuff you can say, okay, maybe they knew someone or know someone that reminds them of certain things, and they want like that projection onto me, and that's not me. Don't flirt with me. I'm not here to have a back and forth with you. This is their way of trying to get my attention and trying to be like rude or mean, trying to flirt with me on the other hand. Or on the other hand, it's like a direct projection of themselves, because half of that shit is just like, I try to ignore that shit. I'm not even trying to like hear half of that crap, because it's just kind of weird how they'll go out of their way like to try to be like, we don't like something, and it's like that's odd in the first place. I don't give a damn what the fuck you don't like. I don't go to places and fucking say, you know what, I just don't like you. Like, what kind of fucking shit is that? And they want like this back and forth exchange. They want to have something between us and their mentality of existing, and I don't pay no mind to that bullshit. Yeah, more so recently, I was pumping gas at the gas station, right? And I was just chilling, just kind of thinking about my night, because I just had a pretty good night. I went out eating, had a fun time with a friend, and then ended up coming back home, pumping gas, and I'm sitting here, and I had seen this other person on the other side of the gas pump in like this big giant like all black tinted out SUV, and I'm sitting here listening to the music, just kind of chilling, not even really caring about my surrounding at the moment. But then I look, and the person was in like this like presidential all blue suit and a red tie, like a well-groomed like beard and stuff like that. And I'm like, is that JD Vance? Like honestly, and like they hopped in the car and had drove around, and like it took a while for my mind to register what I just saw, because it could have been, it could not have been. But as I look around, I'm like, the way that the SUV, the size of it, and like the shape and like the build was like a presidential SUV, and I looked, and like they had to like make a 7-point turn, because I guess they like it's so big, like they can't just like make a regular turn out of the lot that we were in. So they had to like end up making like this 7-point turn that if they were trying to like get away before they were recognized, like if it was JD Vance, it's like I'm having to watch this person like Austin Powers his way through the fucking parking lot just to get out after like making eye contact with me to be like, hey, do I know you? And that was kind of